Hello everyone, this is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is a sermon for March 19th, 2023, and as always we'll start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, or what have you. Alright, thank you. Today's sermon, since it is tomorrow is spring, that's why I'm not in my uniform. It is very hot here where I live, and I have no AC unit, so yeah, so I am wearing something that is cool. And today's sermon is called "The Spring Equinox: Birth, Life, and Resurrection," and it is on the ULC website, Universal Life Church website. Every year, as the frost begins to thaw, the robins begin to nest, and daylight gradually lingers longer, we know that spring is on the horizon. The spring equinox comes with a surge of new life and beginnings. Each of us will wake to bright and nurturing sun that assures us of the vitality of life. This moment is not just one of the sun's light returning to a world settled in darkness. It brings with it the power of time, fertility, and prophecy. Humanity has regarded the spring or vernal equinox with hope in new chances, a sense of restored vitality and perseverance, of a prosperous year ahead. We will not come far from the we have not come far from the days of old where the spring equinox signified the soil has once again restored and rich enough to nourish the seed of far-off bounty. Much like the farmer, we felt deep we feel a deep inherent conviction to tend to the world in a way that can yield promise for the future. Plenty of farmers, environmentalists, and astronomers, you know what I'm trying to say, still place much significance on this astronomical event. But there is a deeper insight we can gain by looking at the ancient myths and symbolism that surround the comings of spring. Many spiritualists from diverse cultures have regarded the spring equinox with additional importance based on mythological character of the event. In many cases, we recognize that survival of the ancient world was dependent on the sun's warmth and light. This initial primal relationship to the sun sets the percentage of all sun worship and definication to come. More significantly, the seasons were mythologically considered to track the sun's life and death throughout the year. However, the spring equinox symbolizes its rebirth or resurrection. The mythology of the seasonal period mostly surrounds the matriarchal goddess either involved in birthing light, humanity, or the sun, This is in part because of the natural world around us being nurtured and brought to life once more, which is a quality that humanity has often attributed to a female energy of life and creation. The Greek goddess Eos, herald of the dawn, is said to come just before her brother Helios. The ancient Egyptian myths, the goddess Isis gives birth to her son Horus during the winter solstice. Sound familiar? To call out the obvious, we can see the connection once more with the mythos of Mother Mary, where she is with Jesus, the Son of Light, at his time of birth, death, and resurrection. Another aspect of mythological importance of the period is rooted in the concept of resurrection. We can recognize how the springtime, with a surge of vitality, heralded in sunlight, and many other telltale signs of the sun's return, can be signified as the resurrection of the sun. With it comes the symbolism of a new chapter and fresh start, and greener pastures. There is a deeper wisdom as well that comes from the spawning of new life at this time. The sun is not just born anew, it is also set free from its past. It is thrust into a new movement, phase, and period. If we as people, as spiritualists, have come to harmonize with this moment's profound wisdom, then we too can experience this sense of rebirth. This brings us to the prophetic nature of the spring equinox. Regardless of belief, even lack thereof, the world around us, both in myth and nature, shows us that life is an internal experience. The sun's light, the seasons, and thus the cycle of the time all move in a triad of birth, life, and resurrection. As that cycle continues, we must trust every chapter ends with a beginning. There's one thing I've always noticed about different religions and faiths is that they are so similar. They are pretty much interconnected. Like Easter, which is next month, has always been a symbol of resurrection or rebirth. For the pagans, it is the return of spring. For the Christians, it is the resurrection of their Savior, Jesus Christ. So many faiths, beliefs, and everything are interconnected with each other. There's so many similarities. It is those similarities that will bring us together. With spring returning and everything being resurrected and rebirth, this year we should all come together as best we can. Love each other for our similarities instead of hating each other for our differences. The world has started to renew. It is time to throw away old hatreds and bring in new love. Remember, everyone, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. And I will see you next week. Remember to love each other. And welcome to the rebirth and interconnectivity of everything. See you next week.